The Gatorade Cup Series heads to Darlington for some throwback action here in the Gatorade Cup Series as we're approaching chase time. This is the Southern 500 at the track, Too Tough to Tame. Jeff by the 9 has the pole for tonight's race. Who's outside second, Anton Sharpwa in the 96. Then third, the driver who won this race last season, Oliver Gow in the 6. Fourth place is Derek Hamill, and Jake Galloway rounds out the top 5. In 6th place is Jonathan Rains. 7th is Tyler Fink, Max Anderson in 8th. 9th place we have Levi Shones with Vince Vinto rounding out the top 10. The rest of the field, there's Carter Joey, who's outside, it's Carter Friesen in the 43. Then there's Wyatt Walker locked into the chase because of his all-star win. Derek Bouchard, who is inside. Then there's Danny Lloyd and Jay Jefferson. Behind them, Trey Rainey and Alexander Rowe. Then there's Colton Yo and Riley Sampson, along with Sebastian Kukulon and Luke Rainey. Then there's Mitchell Collins and Marshall Burrow, along with Ann McDowell and points leader Anthony Hernandez in the 48. Then there's Joe Jefferson and Nathan Ormond, along with Code Luigi and Mathis Wells. Then we have Roman Fenway and Alex Fletcher, along with Griffin Lynn and William Bullen. Then there's Al Agassi second in points to Matt Oskin. Behind him, Eli Bright and TJ Hanley, with Trey Wright and Matt Godden. And in the final row, it's Jonathan Beeford, who's outside 42nd, the winner of this race 2 seasons ago, the 33 of Stephen Taylor. There's our 42 cars for throwback racing here in the Gatorade Cup Series at Darlington. Let's go on track side and fire the engines up.
I can't hear you! Drivers! Start your engines!
42 Gatorade Cup Series engines fire up and 42 Gatorade Cup Series cars roll off the starting grid for the Southern 500 and some throwback racing in the Gatorade Cup Series at the Darlington Raceway. One of the 4 crown jewel races of the season, beside the Daytona 500, the Pepsi 600, and the Brickyard 400, the Southern 500, a very tough, grueling race, both mentally and physically. 56 laps of action around this egg-shaped 1.33-mile oval in Darlington, South Carolina. Long straightaways, fast speeds, and tight corners. Who has the mental and physical toughness to win here tonight in Darlington? Jeff Brett, the veteran, has the pole for tonight's race. Anton Sharpwa, who's outside. We're going racing here at the Lady in Black, the track Too Tough to Tame. We are underway in Darlington. Jeff Bright got a great jump, but it's not going to last for long. He leads lap 1, but 2's inside already. Oliver Gow in the 6 will take the lead away on lap number 2. Got a great run through 3 and 4 in the draft of that 9. Moves up on him, gets by him. Tyler Fink now looks low down the backstretch for the top spot. Levi Shones is pushing the 92. Off to turn number 3. Fink, Galloway, side by side. It's going to be car number 21 out in front of Darlington. Shones through to second, the 92. Carter Joey up to third. Here comes Anton Sharpwa to fourth. Almost looking 3 wide. Jeff Wright down line the 9. Didn't lose too much ground. Jake Galloway tried to get down from his Toyota teammate. Jay Jefferson for the 78. Didn't allow that. And Jay Jefferson moving his way forward inside the top 10 as Carter Joey moves his way to second. Anton Sharpwa back to third. After starting second, here comes Jeff Wright. Will grab fourth away as look at this for the lead. Joey inside of Fink. Carter Joey side by side. Tyler Fink outside. Off into turn number 1 for the 17. He'll grab the top spot through 1 and 2 on the inside lane. Anton Sharpwa will grab second away in the 96. Jay Jefferson up to fourth. He'll be looking for third down the backstretch on Tyler Fink. He has Max Harrison behind him. Now the 12 looks to the bottom lane. The 78 who gets down in line. Jay Jefferson through to third. Fink falls back. Now Jefferson looks for a second. The 96 trying to get down front. Jefferson keeps his nose down there. Sharpwa, Jay Jefferson side by side for second. Jay with the inside lane. Max Anderson, last season's champion. Here he is inside the top 5 to 4th. And Jake Galloway up to 5th in the 11 car. How about that? Jefferson clears. He's through to second. Trying to run down Carter Joey. Max Anderson to third. Jake Galloway flies by to 4th as Anton Sharpwa falls back big time to the outside. He might lose the top 5 as Jonathan Rains in the 4 moves to the inside. Rains will take the 5th position. Jay Jefferson for the lead, the 78. He's there on Carter Joey. Side by side for the top spot down the backstretch. Jay Jefferson, Carter Joey. 78 inside, 17 outside. Max Anderson in the 12 car, that 3rd place car, wondering where to go. He'll push the 78 by. Max Anderson will grab second. Jake Galloway flies up on the bell. He'll move to third down the front stretch. Car number 11 pushing the 12 forward as Jay Jefferson leads. But here comes Max Harrison now looking down to the bottom in 1 and 2. Got a great push from Jake Galloway behind him. Reigns, the 4, up to 4th. That's the 12 for the lead. Here comes Max Anderson, the 12. He'll grab it as Jefferson falls back on the outside. Galloway through to 2nd. Sampson for 3rd. Jefferson on the outside. He'll fall back. Derek Hamill, Danny Lloyd on the inside. It looks like Luke Rainey had to hit the pits at some point. Here he's now coming off pit road. Can he get to speed before the pack catches him? He's currently a lap down, and he will get up onto the racetrack before the pack gains on him. Now Max Harrison has a choice. Can he get by the 2, his teammate, or will the 11 try and get by? They stay behind the 2 for now, but Luke Rainey, apparent issue on that car, has gone on pit lane. That might just be the epitome of Luke Rainey's season right here. Bad luck all around for the 2. And here at Darlington, not even getting started into the racing, he's already had to come on pit road with an issue, and basically out of the running for the Southern 500, being 1 lap in the books, basically 2 laps down now at this point. Jake Galloway grabs lead away. Riley Sampson, the 15, will move his way to 2nd with Derek Hamill to 3rd. Lloyd looking for 4th, but Max Harrison might shut the door down low, see if he can get down and behind the 32. No, Harrison up to the high side. Lloyd inside, he'll grab 4th away. And here comes the 24, Nathan Ormond. He'll grab a top 5 in the 24 car. Colton Yo is here. William Bullen moving to the inside of the 78. Jake Jefferson. McDowell coming forward in the 22 on the inside. Jake Galloway's going to want to put this 2 another lap in the books. He don't want a car out in front of him, which could be affecting him. But right now, he just has to stay behind the 2 for now and hope it works. Galloway still looking to the inside. I think he'll finally get there this time. He'll get to the inside of the 2 Luke Range, put him a 2nd lap behind. Riley Sampson has a decision now. Where does he go? I have to think he goes to the bottom right here, and he does. Riley Sampson, he'll move by the 2 Luke Range as well. All these drivers need to make sure they can get by that 2, because if they don't, they're going to lose touch with the leaders. They might not have a shot. So Ham will also move his way around. Orman going to try to do the same in the 24. He'll move to the inside. Colton Yo to 5th and 99. Lloyd, Bullen, Jefferson, Anderson. Here's the battle for 10th. Oliver Galloway trying to come back in the 6th. Remember, he won this race last season. He knows how to get to victory lane at Darlington. It was his first ever Gatorade Cup Series win last season. And something to note is that the past 2 seasons in the Gatorade Cup Series, it's been first-time winners. Stephen Taylor won it in season 7, and Oliver Galloway last season won it in season number 8. However, both those drivers went on to win the Brickyard 400 the next race out. Now, obviously, Brickyard 400 not the next race, but however, it is approaching shortly. But for these drivers, I mean, if you win here tonight, especially if you're a first-time winner, will that trend continue? And will you go and get your 2nd victory of your career at Indy? Riley Sampson, he's won a Gatorade Cup Series race before. His last season, 7 for Griffin Lynn. That was his first ever. He's looking on Jake Galloway now for the lead in turn 1, but gets quickly back up in line behind the 11 car. The 24, Nathan Orman there in 3rd, Derek Hamill 5th, and Danny Lloyd 6th. Focusing on the battle for the lead right now because it is pretty close. Galloway has a slight margin. Sampson looking inside off turn 4. He's looking for the nose, looking for the run. Gets back in line for now. The 2 Luke Rainey still falling behind some drivers. Remember though, he is a lap car now, 2 laps down for the 2 Luke Rainey. Orman for 2nd on Sampson. The 15 shut the door. And speaking of Orman, his points leader, his teammate Anthony Hernandez comes in as the points leader right now. Hernandez not having a great night. Falling back in the outside, back outside the top 25. His teammate Eli Bright moves around. Fink looking to the inside. So for Anthony Hernandez, it is possible he might lose some points to the points leader, or in fact, lose the points leader. Matt Oskins currently inside the top 25. He's also on the outside. He'll be dropping back here in the 47, back to 21st for Oskin. So not too good there for the top 2 in points. And Horman carrying the Hendrick banner here tonight. He'll move his way up to 2nd with Danny Lloyd following him through to 3rd. And Bullen also here. The 3 car. Jay Jefferson, the 78. 40 laps to go in Darlington. Jake Galloway continues to lead. And since he's gotten up front, it's been pretty easy going for him. But now it's not going to be easy going. Orman is all over the back bumper. Has a faster hot rod, looks like, at this point in time. The Rainbow Warriors are coming through. Can he get there, though, is the question. In turn 3, he'll look. He has a run to the back, but gets a little tight. Can now JGR get the first 2 positions. Here comes Lloyd inside, trying to look inside. The 24 is a run down the front stretch. Can he take it to the inside of the 11 is the question. Into turn 1. Galloway Orman. Lloyd Bullen, Jay Jefferson in the top 5. Now Jefferson looks to the inside for 4th. He has Colton Yo with him, Max Anderson, Galloway, Oliver that is. Galway's having a pretty good night so far. Both inside the top 10. Both have had their share at the front of the field. But no one's touched Jake Galway since he got in front, except for now. As we say that, Orman jumps to the inside the 24, looking to take that top spot away. He has the preferred lane to turn number 1, the 24 the inside, the 11 the outside. Orman through to the lead here at Darlington. Lloyd to second in the 12, in the 19. Yes, Jay Jefferson, another Toyota behind him. That's 3 Toyotas right now packed up second, third, and fourth. Jay Jefferson going to move to third. Lloyd has a good run for the lead on Orman. And in that draft, the draft is so big here at Darlington with this new package that we introduced last season in the Gatorade Cup Series. That draft comes into play big time. Now the front 4 cleared. 5th place now. William Poole, look at this, 3 wide. Getting around Jake Galway with both Max Harrison and Oliver Galway making moves. They sorted out without a crash. That's not something normal that you see at Darlington. 3 wide and they don't crash. Front 4 now. Lloyd looking for the lead on Orman. Another story we want to talk about as we're coming to 36 laps to go is Joe Jefferson. The 31 right now at the back of the field. Basically in the 40s, and Anthony Hernandez is falling back to 40th now in the 48 car. 39th make it, as there's a car that... Oh, Cole Luigi's blown up in the 42! So issues for Luigi back down 41st in points, and he will be out of the Southern 500 and finish 42nd here tonight, and that is heartbreak for the driver of the 42. Not what he wanted. He just wants wins at this point now. He's definitely not making the chase, and it might fall down to 42nd in points, because right now 42nd in points is Max Harrison, who's currently inside the top 10 battling up here in the 12. And that may have spread the field as Jay Jefferson looks for a second. That may have spread the field because I believe I saw the 42 running around midfield, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, right there you can probably see where he was. But back to the story of Joe Jefferson right now at the back of the field. He's won a Daytona 500, he's won a Pepsi 600, he's won a Brickyard 400. He is the only driver that has a shot to go and win all 4 Crown Jewel races. He would have to win here tonight to make that happen. Right now running back in the 30s. Looking very slim for that to possibly happen, but you never know. Joe Jefferson can try and power his way through the field. Orman leads. Jay Jefferson gets to second. Colton up to third as Lloyd in the 19 falls back in the outside lane. The Luke Rain knows he's not going to finish last now, but moving up to 41st as Cole Luigi's out. The issue for the 42, ignition. So Cole Luigi out of the Southern 500 early on before the halfway point due to ignition issues. Here comes Jay Jefferson, the inside for the 78. He's had a terrible season, a trying season for the 78. He'll move to the front of Darlington, trying to win his first of the season. Colton Yo behind him in second, looking for his first period. He's never won a Gatorade Cup Series points paying race. Yo's going to move his way to second. Oliver Galway won 2 last season. One of them being the Brickyard 400, the other being this race, the Southern 500. He wants another Darlington trophy to add to his resume, and the Gatorade Cup Series up to third for the driver of the 6. To drop out a 4th. And how about Derek Bouchard quietly working his way forward? Didn't talk about him at all here tonight. He's up to 5th. And Bouchard's in a position to try and sneak his way into the chase for this season. A win would definitely help his cause. He can definitely get that here tonight. This is a driver's racetrack. Bouchard, a veteran of the Gatorade Cup Series, he knows how to drive these cars and what to do with them. You see how the pack is kind of spread out as well because of the issues to the 42. But for the lead, we're going to look back at that. But Colton Yo flying under the 78. Ryan's bumper can make the move there, so we'll go quickly check at that separation between the 15 right there. Here's Mitchell Collins. They're getting the draft off of that 15, so they might catch him. However, Sampson is losing the front field. It's currently about 23 cars, 24 if you count the 2 Luke Rain, who is a lap down. Yo again with the peak down low on the 78, but can't quite make the pass work. 30 to go in Darlington for Jay Jefferson and the rest of the field. Yo looking again to the inside. Side by side for the top spot. Colton Yo inside, Jay Jefferson outside. Behind for third. Anton Charles Blatt inside of Oliver Galway in the 6th. And Alex Fletcher joins that battle in the 5th position. Colton Yo clears to the lead. Anton Charles Blatt will get to second the 96 car. Alex Fletcher, the 72, looking for third. Here comes Derek Bouchard. He's made his way inside the top 5 now, the 20 car. Anton Charles Blatt again looking on Colton Yo. Didn't quite get the run there. Fletcher through to third. Bouchard through to 4th. Jonathan Raines up top 3 in points. Currently in the 5th position. For Raines, it's going to be a big night. He's, I believe, about 100 points behind our points leader, Anthony Hernandez, coming into the race. However, the 4 right now inside the top 5 is up to 5th. Right now, Samet Oskin and Anthony Hernandez. Oskin second in points right now, 28th. And Anthony Hernandez is not doing much better. The 48 car is in fact worse. Back in the 31st, make it 30th or 31st position now. So the 48 and the 47 both having trying nights. And they could possibly lose the top 2 positions in points because Raines is 3rd in points, currently up into the top 5. He's up to 4th as he passes into Charles Ball right there. For Ed McDowell's first top 5 of the season came in Canada as he got a top 5 over Trey Rainey. Now here he is back inside the top 5 of Darlington, up to 5th for driver 22. Can he get back-to-back top 5s in the Gatorade Cup Series and add some momentum heading into the final few races of the season? Fletcher wants his first Gatorade Cup Series victory and then winning the Brickyard 400. He's looking on Colton Yo. The top 2 have never won a GCS race. We have 26 to go right here. Colton Yo, Alex Fletcher, 1st and 2nd. Derek Bouchard, guy has won a ton of Gatorade Cup Series races. He's up in 3rd. Jonathan Raines has won a good share of Gatorade Cup Series races. McDowell's never won. Orman has never won. Fenway, the 13. There's a good mix of drivers at the front of this field. Alex Fletcher, he'll move to the front in 3 and 4. He gets around the 99 of Colton Yo. That second packet trying to latch on. They're kind of getting closer. Bouchard, 25 to go. He'll move his way to 2nd. If he gets by Colton Yo, Alex Fletcher leads. Raines will move to 3rd right there in the 4th. And McDowell's looking for 4th now. Colton Yo down the backstretch. Got the run. He gets to the inside. Now Raines looking for a 2nd on the 20 of Bouchard. The 20 shuts the door down low. And right now inside the top 3, Chevy, Toyota, Ford. The parity at the top of the field in terms of manufacturers. It's going to be Raines to move his Ford to the 2nd position by the Chevy of Alex Fletcher. It's Jonathan Raines through to 2nd now. And McDowell brings his Ford through to 3rd. Here comes Roman Fenway, another Chevy, going for 4th. There's Toyota back to 5th. Going to Derek Bouchard. Now Regawa still hanging tough up here. That 6th car. Looking for back-to-back Southern 500s. He could be a threat later on this race. Just faltering. He came out of nowhere last season, won the race, almost actually blew it on the last lap. He had such a big lead that I think he took 3 or 4 easy. And Ryan Taylor got a great run onto him and almost got by him. So watch for that maybe later on this race, especially once the tires start to where they already are, half a second off the pace from what their fastest laps were. McDowell tries to get clear of Fenway, but the 13 fights tough to the inside for 3rd. He'll grab that spot away. Oliver Gowie trying to make ground up as the front 2 kind of separate themselves. I think Raines was going to look to the outside there. I was about to say that in a shock jump, but the 4 gets back in line by the 72 that's right. Maybe he's trying to get some clean air in the nose of that car. Been the track for a good bit. He's right in the bumper, that 72. I think he's going to look to the inside right here into turn 3. He had such a good run. The 72 holds him off, fends him off. Look at Fenway. Got a good run. Couldn't quite make anything with it. Oliver Galway into trouble on the front 5 with Trey Wright in 6th. Now 7th place is up for grabs. Orman to the inside, Derek Bouchard, and here comes Bouchard's teammate Jake Galway. 11 will move his way up forward. Won earlier in the season at North Wilkesboro, which is another older racetrack. Galway win here tonight in Darlington. I have to think that these drivers are a little bit faster than the 72. They are kind of getting a little clogged up right now. Just can't find a way around. 20 to go right here in Darlington. Alex Fletcher, Jonathan Raines, Roman Fenway, the front 3. With Enton Charbois in 4th, he kind of fell off a little bit there. Trey Wright is 5th, looking for 4th now. Back here almost 3 wide. Orman going to move around Oliver Galway to get to 6th. And Fenway cannot make work of Jonathan Raines, the 4. They stay single file for the front 3 for now. They're trying to find a way around. They just can't. And Fletcher right now just doing a great job. Here comes Fenway. I think you might think the 4 is the problem. But once again, Raines blocks that off nicely. Trey Wright moves away to 4th. Enton Charbois 5th. Orman in 6th. Flew up onto the 96. He'll be looking for a top 5 shortly. Here's to the inside now. And it's Jake Galway, the 11. He'll move his way up to 7th. Wyatt Walker, he needs this race. And you know who's cheering them on right now? Drivers who are in position to take the wildcard spot, like TJ Hanley and Mitchell Collins and Eli Bright. Walker, with the All-Star win, he's automatically in the chase no matter what. He's outside the top 10 points, so he takes up a wildcard spot. And for the 10, these drivers want him inside the top 10 points badly. So for Wyatt Walker, a top 10 day so far, Darlington up to 7th for him. I mean, some of those drivers like Eli Bright, TJ Hanley that are cheering on trying to get a wild card spot, they're happy that that 10 is inside the top 10 currently. And now the 34 is caught up. It's a 4-car train at the front. No one looking to get by. Alex Fletcher, the 72. Fenway again with the peak on Raines, but I think these tires are wearing out more than these drivers were expecting. Maybe they pushed it too hard. Maybe they're just trying to cool their stuff down, wait for a later run at it. We'll have to see. Raines again, now looks low on the 72. Trying to get out of that dirty air that the 72 is giving him. But down the backstretch, gets in line. Can't quite make the pass work. And a driver we've not talked about since the beginning, the early stages of this race. Jeff Bryce still inside the top 10 of the 9 car. Right now, running in 10th. He still has a shot at winning here in Darlington. Fenway again looking on Raines, but the 4 is not giving him any room to get that pass complete. Now I think 13's going to have it right here. It was only a matter of time. It looked like that 4 is being a little slow. behind that 72. So Roman Fenway, finally, work pays off for him. He'll move his way to second. Trey Wright will move his way to third. With Orman now for fourth on reins as the fourth starts to slip back up top. And Jake Galloway breaks his way back inside the top 5 in the 11 car. With Fletcher, though, he has had the dominant car the second half of the race. The question is, will it stay like that for the final 15 laps? We saw Jake Galloway dominate early on. No one could really pass him. Then finally, when they got by him, he kind of dropped back. Now we'll have to see if that 11 is fast enough to work his way back forward and get by some of these drivers inside the top 5. And Fenway wasting no time to get to that 72 and get by him. He jumps to the inside down the front stretch, and it took the 4 a few laps to try and get to that 72. It takes Fenway 1 lap to get by. Fenway out front now, with Trey Wright through to second, and Orman up to third. Comes Jake Galloway looking right, looking for the lead down the back. Does he have the nose? He does. Trey Wright to Roman Fenway. Right, the inside lane, he'll take the top spot. Jake Galloway for third on Orman, and Fenway can get down line if he wants to right there. I believe he will down front of the 11 to Jake Galloway. 13 to go in Darlington. Fenway jumped high now. To the outside he goes. Jake Galloway allows the inside lane, and the 11 will move to second, with Wyatt Walker pushing the 10. Now Walker, he's up to third. He's been quiet all night, but we've seen some of these drivers come out of nowhere. Walker's up to third. Watch for him in the 10. Bouchard to fourth. He's another sneaky character in this thing. Carter Joey, the 17, up inside the top 5 with Steven Taylor, the winner of this race 2 seasons ago. Here he is at the front. See how they were coming off turn 2 like that? I have to think something went wrong there. The car was, oh, it might have been Hanley. TJ Hanley in the pits. He may have gotten slowed, and now the field's spread out a little bit because of that, as some had to check up and some didn't. Now the field's a little spread out now. The front 6 is kind of pulled away. Wyatt Walker moving around Jake Galloway to get to second. We're coming to 10 to go this time by in Darlington. Currently the front 6 have a shot. 7th time back will try to gain in the draft. So that is another issue for a driver, especially for TJ Hanley. Big for him. Contrary to Cole Luigi and Luke Gray, who've been having miserable seasons thus far, Hanley won the 500. He was in trying to get to a wild card spot, but now the 23 is a bad pace to finish down the 40s. He might fall inside the wild card spot and fall down near 20th in points. Bouchard, Orman, Hamill's shuffling out of line. Here comes Levi Jones. We haven't talked about him all night long. He's here at crunch time, just like he has been all season. That 92 has been very impressive to me. Levi Jones has. 9 to go in Darlington. Wyatt Walker is pressuring Trey Wright, and Galloway's pressuring Walker. Carter Joey 4th, Roman Fenway 5th. They're currently off these front 3s. Walker looks for the lead off turn 2. He's there. It's going to 4th and 5th to catch up now because they're side by side at the front. Come to 8 to go this time by. Wyatt Walker. He'll move around Trey Wright to grab the lead away. Jake Galloway the 11. He'll move to the inside to try and get to second. Carter Joey the 17 there as well. 8 to go in Darlington. Galloway moves to second. Joey to third. Fenway will move to fourth. Orman's going to be in the top 5 at the end of this thing. That's Steven Taylor. We mentioned 2 seasons ago, he won the Southern 500. Looking for his second Darlington triumph in the Gatorade Cup Series. He's up to 6th. Been quiet all night long. He hasn't really showed the speed to win. Is he saving it? 7 to go in the Southern 500. Wyatt Walker leads the event. Hanley off pit road the 23. The issue has been resolved, but he's fallen numerous laps and he's in the 41st position. We come to 6 to go. Hopefully Hanley doesn't hold anyone up further back in the pack so that they can still have a shot to try and get up here and gain position. Galloway looking on Walker. Got a little tight in the dirt here, has to lift. Come to 6 to go. Carter Joey all over the back of that 11 car. Down the front stretch. 6 to go in the Southern 500 at Darlington. Steven Taylor on the outside. He'll drop back from 6th. Carter Joey for second on Jake Galloway. Fenway in the 13 is there as well. They work through 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, side by side for the second position. Wyatt Walker won earlier this season in a dominant fashion at Bristol. Now looking to win here in the Southern 500 at Darlington. 2 grueling racetracks for these drivers. But look at the 17, Carter Joey in the draft and gaining fast. 1 at Las Vegas. He's there. You look to the inside, no. Not to mention a yellow flag at this point in the race would end it under the yellow. If these two get side by side, what run is third on Beck gonna have? Joey tightened that dirty air, had to lift. These drivers almost a second off their race pace. 4 to go in Darlington. Wyatt Walker continues to lead. Carter, Joey, Roman Fenway, Orman, and Trey Wright, the top 5 to try and run him down. With Derek Bouchard, Max Anderson, Steven Taylor, and Jake Galloway there. Levi Jones as well with Jay Jefferson. And McDowell and Alex Fletcher, the front 12, have currently distanced themselves. But I think now coming to 3 to go, you have to be inside the top 5. If you're not, you're probably not going to have a shot. Carter Joey has a run off turn 4, looks to the inside the 10 down the front stretch. 3 to go in Darlington. Wyatt Walker trying to fend off for his second win of the season. Carter Joey wants his second win as well. He'll look inside through 1 and 2. The 10 trying to shut the door. They race nose to tail down the backstretch for the win in the Southern 500. Carter Joey looking for a run. Trey Wright inside the 24, that's for 3rd, as the front 2 try to get away. Once again, the 17 tight and dirty air has a lift, and the 10 gets a monster lead with 2 to go. That might be what he needed. 2 to go in Darlington. And does anyone have the miracle to run Wyatt Walker down? Front 3 Fords. We're going to make it front 4 Fords as Max Anderson moves inside Derek Bouchard. But coming to the white flag, it's all Wyatt Walker. In the draft, Carter Joey and Trey Wright trying to close. 1 lap to go at Darlington here in the Southern 500. Walker, Joey, or Wright to turn 1. 34 over the back of the 17, getting a good push to turn number 3. We'll see if Carter Joey can make any headway with it. To the final corner, Wyatt Walker, Carter Joey, Trey Wright, who emerges as victor? 17 there, it's too late. Second win of the season, moving up into the top 10 points. Wyatt Walker wins in Darlington. That was a great run by that 10. Once he got out front, he was unstoppable. I think some tire wear definitely helped because they fell off over a second off their fastest lap. But it's Wyatt Walker, second win of the season. He already knew he was in the chase. He wins again, and now he's definitely inside the top 10 points, and maybe some drivers can breathe a sigh of relief because of that. Let's go see the finishing results from the Southern 500. Here are the finish results from the Southern 500 at the Darlington Raceway. No caution flags during the race, and 11 lead changes among 11 different drivers, as it's Wyatt Walker dominating the last part of the race to win here in the Southern 500, his second win of the season over Carter Joey in second, Trey Wright in third, Max Anderson and Roman Fenway rounding out the top 5. With Jake Galloway 10 laps led for him, he had a great car as well. He'll end up short in 6th position. Jay Jefferson 7th, Ed McDowell 8th, Derek Bouchard 9th, and Alex Fletcher most laps led 12. He'll round out the top 10. As we look at the top 20, there's Steven Taylor, Matt Gunn, Tyler Fink, Orman, Jones just outside the top 10, inside the top 15 for those drivers. For Jonathan Rains, a 20th place finish. If he had actually finished a little bit higher, he might have actually been able to take over the points lead, as the 48 and the 47 both had dismal days. Osgood was able to battle back up to 21st, but for the 40 of Anthony Hernandez, a 20th place finish. He does keep the points by a very slim margin over the 47, and Jeff Wright from the pole led the first lap, fell back to 22nd, never could recover, and the bottom 3 finishers have had terrible luck lately. Code Luigi, 42nd, ignition issues for him. Hanley, 6 laps down, and Luke Rainey, 2 laps down. 23 and the 2 had to make unscheduled green flag pit stops. That's why they were so far down. Luigi, obviously the mechanical issues put him out of the Southern 500 very early on. Here are the point standings after the Darlington Southern 500. Anthony Hernandez keeps the points lead by a slim 3-point margin over Samet Oskin, who is still second. Jonathan Rains, third. Riley Sampson, Levi Jones are the drivers inside the top 5, with Roman Fenway in 6th. He has the most top 10s of the season with 10. He also has 7 top 5s. I mean, 13's been quietly gaining lately in the season. Danny Lloyd is 7th, with Carter Freeze in 8th, Wyatt Walker up to 9th with his second victory, and Tyler Fink holds the final spot inside the top 10 the point standings. As we look at the top 20, Derek Bouchard needs 63 points to get to that 21 move inside the top 10 points. A pretty big gain, as right now the front 10 kind of distance themselves. And our 2 wildcards, Carter Joey and Mitchell Collins, are 12th and 13th in points. They're right now 2 wildcards. Hamill Jefferson down here 14th and 15th in points. Jake Galloway, a great night, moves up to 16th. He is in contention for a wildcard spot. Same with Eli Bright, who was 17th, and TJ Henley mentioned how that bad night could drop him towards 20th in points, but he's down below 20th in points. 23rd for the 23 car. Steven Taylor is 22nd, and Griffin Lynn, 3 wins. He has to be top 20 points though, and the 7 car has not shown the speed lately to get up there. He's only a few points out though. That's the only saving grace for Griffin Lynn. Sebastian Kukulon, there's Anton Charlebot, 2 victories. He's right now 27th. And you look down here, some big names down below 30th in points, like Joe Jefferson, Jeff Wright, Luke Rainey, Max Anderson, Code Luigi. 42, 116 points behind his next closest competitor in the point standing. So for Luigi, got that win at Charlotte. but it has not been a good season ever since then. 7 DNFs on the season. I believe that's the most of anyone here in the Gatorade Cup Series season. He's going to try and put that behind him, though, as we head to race number 23 of the season. We'll go to Kentucky for the running of the KFC 400. I will see you guys then.